Craig Rice, Nationwide Credit Experts. I wanted to talk a little bit about choosing a credit repair company, right? There's so many of us. You know, a lot of people talk to a credit repair company and they stick with the first one they talk to. Remember that you're in charge. You're hiring them, right? So you want to make sure that these companies that they act and show that they're working for you. You're paying them. There's a lot of different things that will stand out right when you talk to them. For one, you're interviewing them. Keep in mind they do have to interview you in the sense of getting you the free credit analysis, going through your credit report, letting you know the do's and don'ts, letting you know what can be done and what can't be done. But ultimately, first off, if they don't do that, don't choose them. But the most important thing is checking the background of the company. What I mean is just Google it. As an example, you could even check certain state guidelines for your state. Like Illinois, you have to be registered with the Secretary of State as a credit repair organization. Make sure that that company, if it's in Illinois, is, as well as make sure you could ask for their surety bond, their surety bond number. That's important. There's a lot of different things. When you're hiring them, ask questions. Ask them these certain things. A good question to ask is, are you going to challenge everything negative on my credit report? If they say yes, that's a red flag. In some cases, it's different, but in almost every case, you will actually lower your points by deleting certain things. The first credit card, the first installment, the first type of any account, the first home equity line of credit, the first mortgage, the first auto, the first credit card. If they delete that, they're deleting age. If you challenge certain things like an account that has 2 or 3 late payments. They say it has 2 late payments and you had the account for 3 years, but it's now closed with a zero balance. What happens is when you challenge that account and you say, validate or verify the late payments, and if you can't, delete only the late payments, if they do not respond, meaning the creditor doesn't respond through the system called eOscar, the whole account gets deleted. So what just happened? Well, you have two negative marks, the late payments, out of 36 months, which means 34 months you had positive payment history. So you built more points than you lost over the course of time having that account. Meaning if the account gets deleted, you're going to lose points. When it comes to things like mortgage underwriting, FHA, things like that, they're most likely not going to care about those couple late payments if it's over a year. Some just want a letter of explanation on why it's there. There's a lot of reasons not to challenge certain accounts. So hiring a company that knows your goal, but also knows the industry of your goal is very important. Make sure that they're not charging you a monthly service fee. Why? The reason why is because if they're charging you a monthly service fee, you're paying for their time. You don't want to pay for their time because the more time they take on your file, the more money you're going to pay, right? So a lot of companies stretch out the length of time that it's going to take to finish your file. You want to go like us, we charge after the results are done. So we charge pay per deletion. What that means is we first have to delete it, right? And then we send you an invoice of how much you owe us and set up payment arrangements on that while continuing to fix your credit and getting you closed on the home loan. So there's a lot of other things. Here's another one, certified mail. Ask them, are you going to send my disputes? Are you going to challenge the creditors? Are you going to challenge the collection agencies that you see benefiting me? Certified mail. If they say no, bye. It's important to send things out certified because the law states that they have a certain amount of time, meaning the creditor collection agencies and credit bureaus have a certain amount of time to respond. Which means if you send something out regular mail, then what's going to happen is there's no proof that you sent that out. So you want to make sure that they're paying the proper amount to be able to prove it. Each certified mail is roughly about $4. That's per dispute, per demand, per request, everything that goes out to the collection agencies, the creditors, and credit bureaus. Because if they work hard on your file and you're not paying them for time and you're going to pay them for results, then they'll take the money out of the initial audit fee or setup fee after you complete that audit or setup. After they do that, they're able to charge that initial audit fee. They need to use a portion of that money to be able to get the results. That's why a lot of the top lending, the lending institutions utilize our services for their clients. I mean, there's a list of them. There's so many. I myself have been doing this for 21 years. We're almost on 22 years. I started when I was 19 years old. I held my mortgage license, my 031 licensed loan originator with the Office of Banks and Real Estate. I own my insurance, license. We've done this stuff, and we work hand in hand with the processors and loan officers. We even process the file after we get the scores high enough. We get the file almost clear to close in what we can do legally, and hand you back to that loan officer almost ready to close. I don't know of any other company that does that. But if you ever have any questions on different things that you should ask these credit repair companies, or if you just want a free credit analysis from us, just hit me up on here. Go, send me an email, craig@getmeapproved.info. Call me on my cell phone, 312-450-9430. Thanks for listening. Ever have any questions, let me know.